Perfect. All right, so we're gonna start on the floor. We're gonna get into some nice abs, fairly basic to start, but we'll get you nice and warm. And then we have some floor work legs, and then I'll stand you up for a little while. So go ahead and come onto your back for me and just bring your knees in towards your chest and just start to take that nice little rock from side to side, just massaging that lower back. So as your knees pull in towards your chest, you're pressing lower back into that mat and just rocking from side to side. If you want to draw some circles, you can draw some circles. And then go ahead and place your feet on your mat for me. You're going to grab that right foot. So it's like a half happy baby. So your left foot is down, your right foot is lifted. Hold here. You're welcome to straighten out that leg depending on your flexibility. Take a big inhale. And exhale here, releasing that right leg. Go ahead and pull that left leg up. You're gonna grab that inside of that foot and just hold there as if you were in that happy baby, but it's just half of the side here as we get warm. You're welcome to pull that foot to straighten out that leg. Hold here for 3, take one more big inhale. And exhale, set that foot down for me. Bring both feet flat on your mat. And then you're gonna bring your hands behind your head. You're gonna start in that 2 count up crunch. You're gonna hold for 2 counts at the top, and then you're gonna lower down with control. So you're gonna exhale to lift for 2 counts, pull belly button to spine, and then you'll lower down after that hold. So you exhale, lift and squeeze, and then inhale, lower down. So we're just starting super basic. What I want you to think about in that nice crunch is that your elbows are staying wide. You're not pushing into your head, you're pushing your head into your hands. So just protect that neck. And then as you get to the top, I want you to think almost about rolling that tailbone under as if you wanted your belly button to come towards your forehead to try to get that extra little bit of burn in those abs. You have about 10 seconds. You're gonna give you about 2 more. You're gonna hold at the top at that second one. So after that last lower, come up to the top and hold for me. Elbows stay nice and wide. Now reach your hands towards your knees. Start pulsing up an inch and down an inch. It's really tiny, but I want you to keep that head, neck, and shoulders tucked and just lifting up almost like you're tucking that tailbone to roll through center. You're reaching all the way up towards those knees. Now hold for me at the top. Tap that right ankle and that left ankle. Go into those heel taps, waking up your obliques. So upper abs, lower abs, and now those obliques are feeling that warmth. So you're just tapping from side to side right here. You have 10 and 9, good. 8 more taps and you're lowering down. In 7, can you come up 1 inch higher? Tap 5, 4, tap 3, and 2. Come back through center for me here. Lower head, neck, and shoulders. Hands reach towards that ceiling. Right hand comes behind your head for me. Right ankle comes over that left knee. You're gonna lift up, reach that hand over that right knee, lower back down. So I want you to think about the stretch happening as you're pressing that right heel into that left knee. And you're not just twisting your body, that entire body is lifting and you're bringing that hand up over that right knee. 4 more to go right here. Exhale, lift and squeeze, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and squeeze, inhale, lower. Final 2, you leave yourself up nice and high right here. Give me 8 pulses, up an inch and down an inch. Can you get both shoulder blades off of that mat? 6 more pulses here. Feel this across that belly for 4, good. For 3 more pulses. 2 more pulses, you're lowering down. After this last pulse, come all the way down. Left hand comes behind your head, right hand reaches. Left ankle over right knee. Take a big inhale. That was your break. Exhale, lift up, cross that arm over your body. Exhale, lift and cross. Now I want you to think, can you get both shoulder blades off of that mat as you exhale and inhale? Good. Exhale, lift, squeeze, inhale, lower down. Every time you reach, you're thinking, can I get both shoulder blades off of that mat? You're protecting your head by pressing into that left hand. Give me 2 more right here. You stay at the top and pulse on this next one. 8, good. 7, pull belly button in towards that spine. 6 and 5, good. 4 more pulses. Keep it tiny and controlled for 3. Nice for 2. On 1, lower down hand comes behind your head. Both feet are flat, and then you're right back in, but this time it's a single crunch. Instead of that 2 count up, 2 count down, go back to your single crunches here. Big lift and lower. You're thinking to yourself, can I continue to come up nice and high right here? Big lift and lower. Hold for me at the bottom in 3.
In 2, hold for me at the bottom, reach your right hand up. You're just alternating. Right hand reaches past that left knee, left hand reaches past that right. So as you alternate in your twist, you're reaching a hand every time that you come up, thinking to yourself, can you come up 1 inch higher? You should feel that entire warmth building as if you were wearing this really thick belt around your waist as you twist. I need you to come up really high in that reach. You come back to center and then you reach all the way up again for me. You've got this. You're gonna rest for me in about 5 seconds, 4 seconds, get 1 more reach each side. You lay all the way down in 3. Good, in 2, on 1, lay all the way down. From here, you're gonna float your legs to tabletop. Take a big inhale, lift head, neck, and shoulders, slow bicycles. Twist right elbow to left knee, left elbow to right. Every time you come through center, you're bringing that elbow past that knee. I want these slow and controlled because I want the focus to be on how high you can come, not on how fast you can go. So as you're twisting through center, you're gonna twist and get that left elbow past that right knee, that right elbow past that left knee. You have 15 seconds, stay in there. All you have left is a hold for me before we take that first rest. Big inhale, reach and twist, point through that toe, lengthen that leg. Final 5, good. In 4, keep legs at tabletop. You're gonna reach hands towards the ceiling. In 3, in 2, lower down, reach hands towards the ceiling. Take the big inhale, exhale, lift up. Here's your final hold before your rest. Can you press your knees a couple inches away from you? Reach towards those ankles. It's not a hollow body hold. You're really trying to scoop out that belly. Come up 1 inch higher, point through toes for 5. You rest in 4, 3, 2, knees come into your chest, lower head, neck, and shoulder. Take that little bit of a rest right here. And that tiny little rock from side to side on that lower back. Nice job. We progress it, but we have 1 more round through those abs. From here, you're gonna bring your feet flat on your mat for a second, and then hands behind your head. Take a big inhale, now float, excuse me, those legs to tabletop. Now go back into your 2 count up, 2 count down crunches. Exhale, lift, squeeze. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift, squeeze. Inhale, lower down. You're back to those basics, so don't overthink this. Your focus here is on your breath. How deep can we get into those abdominal muscles? As your elbows are nice and wide, you're exhaling to lift up nice and high, and then you inhale to lower down. The only difference now is your knees are in tabletop. If it's too much, lower them down. Your extra challenge is to push your knees an inch away from you. Push them, yes, right there. That way lower abs are even more engaged. You're gonna hold for me at the top. We're gonna pulse towards our heels in 3, in 2, good. On that last one, come all the way up. Now reach your hands towards your ankles. Can you come up an inch and down an inch? I don't care if your palms face the floor or if they face that midline. If you need to keep your hands behind your head, you can. All you're doing though is pulsing at the top. I get a little bit higher up when I reach, so I love that reach, good. You're gonna give me 8 more here, 7, good. 6, stay lifted for me, and 5, keep breathing. Let those abs start to really talk to you. 3 more pulses, 2 more pulses. On 1, hands come behind your head. Slow bicycles, twist, twist. A little bit faster than that last round as you find that opposition, twisting from side to side. The only thing that we just skipped there are those heel taps, but that's okay. You're flowing into this movement for me. Hit those bicycles with that control. We're gonna go into those reaches from side to side, finding that twist. We're just reordering a little. I want you nice and warm. You have 10 seconds left in your bicycles. 9, good, and 8, you have 7, and 6, keep fighting. 5, 4, 3, and 2, come back to center on 1, lower your feet down, lower head, neck, and shoulders. Now float that left knee to tabletop, reach that right arm up. You're gonna reach past that left knee, lower down with control. Exhale, reach past that left knee, lower with control. So on that first round, you had your ankle crossed over your knee. Now you're just in that tabletop position. You're gonna reach and then lower back down. Can you start extending that leg on the lower? Extend arm and leg, reach with control. Extend arm and leg, reach. It's like you're lengthening that lever, then you come back up to the top. You have pulses in 5, 1 more, 4. and 3, hold at the top here, and 2, little pause up an inch and down an inch for 8, 7. I'd rather your top half be lifted than just your knee be moving. Can you get up 1 inch higher for 4, for 3? Yes, you can. 2, hold for me on 1, just hold right there. Can you come up 1 inch higher for 4, for 3? Good. For 2, hands come behind your head, lower head, neck, and shoulder. Lift that right leg up, reach that left hand, opposite hand towards opposite knee. Exhale, lift and squeeze, inhale, lower. Press that knee 1 inch further away from you. Try to get the top half up a little bit higher, crunching in towards that knee. Can we find an extension of our leg? Exhale, lift and squeeze. Extension, exhale, lift. Your twist, getting both shoulder blades off the mat. That's your goal right here for 5. We pulse in 4. Final 3. Here's your last extension. 2. Now pulse for 8. Get that arm up there off of those shoulder blades. 6 and 5. Yes, you can. 4. In 3, lower down. 2 more to go. Last one, lower all the way down, hands behind your head for me. Float both legs to tabletop. Lift all the way up. Reach for those ankles one more time. Can you come up 1 inch higher? Extend that right leg and that left leg, hollow body hold for 10. Can you lower legs down an inch? Extra challenge. Reach those hands behind your head for 5. You rest in 4. 3, hold on to it. 2 and 1, you rest. Knees come into your chest. Really nice ab series. Big inhale here, big exhale. When you're ready, cross those ankles. Can you rock up to that nice all-4 position for me and give me that nice cat-cow stretch, dropping belly button down, and then really finding that exhale as you press through center here. Good. You're gonna come down to your forearms for me. Come down to your forearms. Final change in your abs is that forearm plank. So go ahead and find that really nice form for me, pressing into that mat. We transition into some leg work on the floor in a second. Your minute has already started. You're 10 seconds into it. Your abs are wide awake. Now let's make up shoulders a little bit more. So think to yourself, as you're pressing into that mat, your belly button, that string is pulling it up towards your spine. Your feet are flexed. Inner thighs are just zipped together. And you've got that nice little tuck in your tailbone helping you through this. What I want you to think about is not to forget your breath. You're gonna wanna look down, look toward your feet, look towards the edge of your mat, find that strong form that you've been working on. You're more than halfway there. Every time you take that inhale, prep yourself for that exhale to contract your abs as if you're just zipping up that rib cage. I only need less than 20 seconds from you, which means I know that you have it. Keep breathing for it. That looks awesome. In 10 seconds, you're gonna drop your knees right under your hips. You're not gonna take a break. You're gonna set yourself up for some leg work in 5, 4, 3, and 2. Left knee comes down, right knee comes down. Spread fingertips out nice and wide. If you need the stretch, you'll take it. If not, you're gonna extend that right leg back and hold. My friends who wanna put Balas on, you are welcome to stick those on right now. Spread fingertips out for me. Now from here, I want you to lift that leg and hold. My friends who would rather be on your hands, you can, but I'm gonna keep you on those forearms today. Big inhale here. I want you to point through that toe. Now give me that little bend and press. I want you to think hamstring and that center booty. So I need your shoulders to stay nice and relaxed and don't collapse between them. That little bend and press, you're gonna feel in that center booty. I need you to pull those abs in nice and tight. 8 more here, good. 7 and 6, keep pulsing. 5, glutes and hammies. 3, nice. 2 on 1, freeze. You're gonna bend that knee in. That knee comes down to hover that mat, lift up and poke that ceiling. Instead of a stamp, it's a poke. Can you keep your heel towards your seat? Lift, squeeze, lower with control. Lift and squeeze, lower with control. So think about everything working that hamstring and that center booty. Your toe is tapping that ceiling and then you come back down with control right here. 8 seconds left, 7 and 6. We're gonna play around with what our feet are doing. So keep your toe pointed for 3 and 2. Now leave it at the top. Here's where you flex your foot. Full extension, give me that hamstring curl. Full extension right into that hamstring curl. You have it.
full extension squeeze, then bring that heel towards your seat. Your legs should be starting to get a little bit fatigued right here. 10 seconds in this hamstring curl. 9, 8, good, 7. We're gonna go slow. I'm gonna transition you to standing to finish out that right side. So you've gotta trust me here as we cue everything that we're doing. Don't rush it. 3 and 2. Extend that leg, keep your toes flexed. You're gonna drop that right foot down for me. Left foot comes back to meet it, open up your feet. You're gonna walk up to your hands for me. Yes, you can. And then from here, you're gonna bring right foot next to that right hand. Hold there for me. Find one stretch, reach right hand up towards that mat. That should feel nice. That's like a little break for you. Bring that hand back down, and then you're gonna find your hinge. You're gonna step that left foot in, and then come right into your left side lunge. Don't worry about your computer. Lower down, lift and squeeze. Drive through that right heel for me. I need you to really fire up that glute. Good. You step back, you step in. You step back, you step in for me. In this reverse lunge, I need your shoulders to stay relaxed because I know I can't see them all. When you're in this movement here, right heel is what you're driving through. You have 10 seconds left in your reverse lunge. You're gonna hit a curtsy lunge in 8. If your knees are bothering you, don't come down as low. Trust that movement. In 5, you hit that curtsy. 4, 3, 2, find that curtsy lunge. Right knee behind, left knee behind that right ankle. You stand and squeeze. You should be fatigued on this side. 2 changes left for me. Hold on to this movement. Take it slow. Remember, today's really back to those basics, warming everything up. Tiny change here. You're not gonna step between every step back. You're gonna give me one reverse lunge and then that curtsy. You are gonna stand in between for this first round. Step back, together, curtsy, together. So you just added them in. So one reverse lunge, one curtsy. That final change, we don't get to stand, but you know about this one. Here's what I need you to think. Drive through your right heel. Do not cheat yourself of that work. You have one reverse lunge, you stand and squeeze that right cheek, and then you give me that really strong curtsy. Now is when we ditch the stand. You're gonna go reverse, curtsy, reverse, and curtsy. And you're gonna burn it out for this last 30 seconds of work right here. It's gonna be hard, but you're gonna fight to stay in it. Remember, every time that you come down, you're still pulse that knee. Reverse, hinge for me down, let that quad fire up. You're gonna hold in that reverse lunge in 5. Yes, you can. Keep going, curtsy, and you reverse it for 4 and 3. Good, 2. Find that reverse lunge hold. Drop your hands down to frame your foot. Right foot and left foot come back. You're in that high plank for 10. For 9, you can do it. 8, you come down to your forearm, stay in your plank in 5. 4, good. 3, 2, find your forearm plank for 10. 9, pull your abs in. Yes, you can. 8, 7, 6, 5. Final 4, you drop your knees down into that all 4. 3, 2, drop right knee, left knee. Take a big inhale, press the floor away. I'm gonna flow you right through this series that I have planned. If you need a rest, you take it. Extend that left leg back for me. Press into that mat. You're gonna lift that left leg up all the way to that top of that range, and then give you that little bend and press. We switched right over to that opposite side without a break today, so I know some of you are feeling this in your hips. If you need to take a quick stretch, take the stretch. We're switching sides. I need you to make sure you switch legs. So that left leg, I need you to point through your toes, find as much length as you can, and then give me that little bend and press. We need that left hamstring, left glute to get nice and warm here. So what I want you to think about as you keep that chest lifted is that little bend and press. Can you reach that leg up 1 inch higher? What's gonna happen here is that leg is gonna start to lower down. Because I have you on your forearms, you should be able to hit a little bit higher range of motion. And from that, get into that hamstring nice, Kathleen. 8 seconds here, 7. You're gonna bend that knee, point that toe towards the ceiling. We're gonna bring that knee down to a hover, and then we're gonna poke that ceiling in 3. You've got it. 2, watch for our necks here. Full extension of that leg. Bend your knee, keep your toes pointed. Bend your knee, yes. Now bring that knee down to a hover, and then lift and tap that ceiling. I need you to make this deliberate because you only have 3 changes on your forearms here. Every time that you lift and squeeze, your heels should be so close to that seat that you are squeezing with everything that you have. I know you can do this. Big inhale, big exhale. 5 more for me. We go into that nice hamstring curl. Every time you bring that knee to a hover, exhale, lift and squeeze, keep heel towards your seat. Can you give me 2 more? Then we'll leave that leg lifted on this next one. You meet me in the top of your range. Now you flex your foot. Full extension, squeeze heel to glute. Full extension, squeeze, pull heel to that glute. Notice you're not rushing through this. This is not what's happening. It is a full extension, contraction, squeeze, then drive that heel in towards your seat. 8 seconds here. I want you to fatigue that leg. I need you to squeeze with everything that you have. I want your foot flexed. 5, 4, good. 3, and 2. Leave that leg extended. Drop that foot down. Find your forearm plank here for me. Find that forearm plank. Open your feet up. Walk up to your hands. That left foot comes in next to your left hand into that long runner's lunge. Open that left arm up. This is that nice 5-second stretch that you've earned for 3. Arm comes back down in 2. You bring that arm back down from you. You shift the weight. You lift all the way up. Now you step right foot in. Step back into your lunge. Right foot comes in, you step back into your lunge for me. Here's where your heart rate starts to talk to you, especially my friends with this Balas on. I know you're feeling those right now. Lots of work in those legs right here. We transition from hammies, outer thigh, inner thigh, center booty. Stay in your lunge for another 15 seconds. I need you to be thoughtful here. You're driving through your left heel. So when that right knee comes back to hit the ground, nobody's rushing. If you really want the knee lift, you can do it, but I almost don't want it. I want you to get right back into that movement as I catch my own balance here. Drop down, lift, squeeze. We hit that curtsy in 3, hit that curtsy in 2, transition into your curtsy lunge. Bring that knee right behind that ankle. Now, don't feel like you have to just take the biggest step ever. Your knee comes right behind that ankle. It's not a huge change, but just enough for outer and inner thigh to start talking to you. You're still driving through that left heel. Remember, this is that left leg that's working now. You have 10 seconds left in this. We're going to put those 2 reverse and curtsies together in 5. Hold on to it for 4. Yes, you can for 3. For 2, now I want 1 reverse lunge, you lift and squeeze, 1 curtsy lunge, lift and squeeze. There's that tiny sense of urgency as heart rate does start to come up here. I know you're fighting through that breath. Use your core here. I did that core work at the beginning of class when you were fresh to really think about your breath and how you're contracting your abs. 10 seconds right here, and then we ditch that stand at the top. Oh, I know those thighs are talking to you. 5. Good. 4, hold on to it. For 3, we stand and then we stay all the way at the bottom. No stands left in 3. In 2, you reverse, curtsy, reverse, curtsy. Yes, you can. Reverse and curtsy. Do not give up on it. Find that hinge. Only 15 seconds to go. You stand, we take a little bit of a break. You can do this. Reverse and you curtsy. Reverse and you curtsy for 10. Nice, Kathleen. 9, fight for it. 8 seconds, 7 seconds and you stand. Don't lose this last 5. Hold for 4. You can do it. Pulse down. 3, reverse and curtsy. 2, 1, and you stand. Everyone comes all the way up. Hands come behind your head. You're going to go ahead and give me some good morning stretches. Let everything start to open up. You didn't have to go back into that nice little plank. Stay standing here just to stretch those legs out. Elbows are nice and wide. Remember, you're only hinging at those hips. You're not going into a squat. 5 seconds here. 4, we get to have some water. And 3, in 2, in 1. Nice little break, take a sip of water. Oh, a little serious. The good thing is you're more than halfway through. Take that water. If you need to, give those legs a nice little punch. You're gonna grab your leg weights from me. We're gonna do a little bit of arm work here. We haven't done a ton of shoulder work. I don't really have any push-ups planned. Go ahead and move your computers up for me if you haven't already. I want you to take a big roll of your shoulders to the back of that room, and then a big roll of your shoulders to the front of that room. Everyone think to yourself right here, with those weights, you're gonna open weights out to your side, and then I want you to bend your knees, and I want you to plug your belly button in to help you with that core. From here, you're gonna turn your palms towards me, and you're gonna find your goalpost. We start with some really nice rotations here. All you're doing is rotating palms down, rotating palms back up. We rotate palms down, and then we rotate them back up. So think to yourself here, your elbows are just finding that rotation, shoulders don't move. And I want you to think about every time that you lift, you're contracting your abs. 3, and lower, nice. 2 more. You keep those hands up nice and high after this last one right here. You're gonna reach with that right hand for 6, good. 5 to go, just that one side. 4 more, nice. 3 to go, big reaches. 2 more. On that last one, you switch sides, keep elbows high, reach and lower, good, reach and lower. 4 here, all the way up, pull that weight back down. 3 and lower, good. 2 and lower. On this next one, you're gonna add that rotation. You lift, both hands come up and then they come back down. Lower, lift, both hands reach, both hands pull down. Watch your shoulders, they're gonna start to try to lift into your ears here. As you're in this movement, what I want you to think about is the rotation. You take your time and then both hands reach, just 2 more to go right here. Full rotation every time, elbows stay high. You lift all the way back up and then you reach. We've got 1 more. You're gonna meet me in that goalpost position in 3, into, find your goalpost position right here. Reach arms out nice and long, turn palms towards the floor. Now walk your hands in just a couple inches. You're back to that hold. I am gonna let you drop hands down in a second, but I want you to find the hold. Your arm should be burning. You get a break in a second, so do not drop down. I want you reaching. I want you to feel that full sculpt of that shoulder. Everyone's holding for 8 and 7. Arms come down in 6. You can do this. 5, 4, final 3 and 2, 1. First rest right here. Drop arms down to your side. Take a big roll of your shoulders to the back of the room. Shoulders get a tiny break. Big roll of your shoulders to the front. Now take those weights, face your palms towards your quads. Find that nice little deadlift position, reaching down, palms face each other. You're gonna give me 1 row, kick both arms back. 1 row, big squeeze of your shoulder blades, kick both arms back. Keep this slow for me, we're not rushing. Every time that you reach those arms down, I need you to squeeze your shoulder blades as tight as you can because you could use much heavier of a weight here. Both arms kick back with control, and then you give me that soft little release. You're gonna do 2 more, and then you're gonna stay in your reverse kickbacks, and you're gonna keep those arms up nice and high. Yep, in 3, in 2, now stay at the top for me. Can you alternate? Right arm kicks back, left arm kicks back. I've broken this down to that alternating reverse because I want you to squeeze your tricep as tight as you can at the top. Don't cheat yourself. 10 and 9. Don't let that time create this sense of urgency. Be thoughtful in the squeezes in your triceps. You hold in 5, in 4, beautiful. 3 and a hold, 2 and a hold. Get both arms back, freeze, turn palms towards the ceiling and hold. I need you to relax your shoulders. Look about 3 feet out in front of you. Bend your knees. You're gonna stand up nice and tall. And 4, you can do this. Keep reaching, keep lifting. 3, and 2, on 1, you stand up. Weights come up overhead. Glue them together. Give me those nice tricep extensions. So I want you to bring those weights to the nape of your neck. And then I want you to lift all the way up. Your elbows stay nice and narrow here. They're gonna wanna open up. I want your chest to stay closed. Don't start popping that chest out. Everything stays zipped in with those rib cage, and then those elbows stay in nice and tight for 10, for 9, you've got it, 8 and 7. Weights come down to your sides in 6, In 5, nice tricep work. 4 and 3, final 2. Bring those weights down to your side, palms face me. Come into that 90-degree angle and now open a little bit wider into your V. You are gonna reach out, serve that platter, pull back in. We hit shoulders, we hit some triceps, now we're in your biceps. Full extension, pull back in. Squeeze the weights, you know how to serve that platter, and think your hands never come above your shoulders. I need you to squeeze the weight, I need you to squeeze in that bicep for me. 10 and 9, we're gonna hold out and pulse in 7, good, in 6, you can do it. 5, 4, final 3, hold it out in 2, little pulses, just at that halfway point, little pulses. Like every time you want to get to that wall, you get stopped. You've got to stay engaged. If you're loosey-goosey here, you won't feel anything. 8, 7, good, 6, we're getting ready to circle. 5, 4, final 3, and 2, now hold in tiny circles. 10 and 9, I'm going to count them down. 8 and 7, keep turning those hands towards that midline. 5 and 4, reverse in 3, reverse in 2, reverse in 1, right here, it's 10, 9, good, 8, don't stop, go 7 and 6, you're right there. 5 and 4, we hold in 3, hold in 2, 1, freeze. Bring those elbows in, turn palms down. Elbows in, turn palms down. In and punch, good. In and punch right here for 10, 9, 8 and 7, hold on for 6, 1 change left, that's it for 5 and 4, final 3 and 2, last one, hold it out, find your T, you're done with your arms after this. Take a big inhale, exhale, relax those shoulders. It was nice we got like a minute or 2 back because I didn't give you a single break in this abs to leg series. Everyone's heart rate came up there. Keep reaching. We're just chatting. We're just talking. You have 10 and 9. You can do this. Can you reach 1 inch further? Can you lower shoulder blades? Squeeze triceps. 5 and 4. We rest in 3, 2, 1. Lower. Nice. Drop those weights down. Bring that right arm across your chest. Just a tiny little stretch. Nice. About 5 minutes left. You're almost out of here. Big inhale, open those arms up. Take that opposite arm across your chest for me. 3 changes standing before we come back down on that mat, all for those legs. If you have Balas on, you can leave them on. Open up your feet a little bit wider. Heels turn in, toes turn out. We've got 3 changes in our squats just to finish out center booty. We're gonna go back to that mat in our abs. If you need a sip of water, take it now. We go in 3 body weight squats and 2 body weight squats. That is hard to say quickly. Lower down, lift and squeeze. Now that you're warm, I want you to think, can I come down a little bit lower? Your shoulders are relaxed right here. Your back is flat. You've got that slight hinge. Press your knees open as you sink your seat into that imaginary chair. Your weight is in your heels. Your toes should be able to wiggle. You lower down, you lift and squeeze. Now, I don't need you to rep it out and get nervous here, but I want you to have a little bit of a sense of urgency as you lower, lift, and squeeze. It's your last opportunity to get heart rate up just a hair here. I want you to start giving me 3 pulses at the bottom. We do not bounce. We pulse. Gosh, when I'm taking classes and people start bouncing, it makes me nuts. So you're going to give me 3 and 2 on 1. You stand and squeeze. If you can add that heel lift in the top, I would love to see that heel lift as you drop down on that 3 count. Yes, lift and squeeze. We're going to do some really traditional stuff next week. I was doing traditional with my private yesterday, and I feel like I forgot how much our legs could shake here. 3 pulses at the bottom. 3 and 2 on 1. You give me that heel lift and you act like you are Superman coming all the way up. You have 10 seconds here. We're going into a hold at the bottom. That's always so much fun. 8 seconds. So give me those 3 pulses. Don't cheat yourself. I do want to make sure you stand before you go into that hold in 5 and 4, wherever you are, even if you're in the midst of pulses, stand one more time in 2. Now sink down and hold for me. Sink down and hold. Is the weight in your heels? Check in with your body. Toes can move, shoulders are relaxed. Open those feet up. Yes, I need another centimeter from you. I need it. I need it. There it is. Hold for 8, hold for 7. Weight drives into those heels. Knees press apart, press palms together. 5, you stand in 4, you stand in 3, 2, 1, lift. Beautiful. Last little bit of work is on that mat. So go ahead and move those computers one last time. Come to the back of your mat for me. Dive those hands down to your feet. Oh, that feels so nice. Hang there nice and heavy. Relax that neck And then you're gonna walk yourself out into that high plank. You're gonna open your feet up and you're gonna give me nice controlled shoulder taps. Nice and controlled right here. Finishing out arms, finishing out abs. You've got it. I want you to breathe through your taps. 10 seconds right here. 9. You've got plank jacks on deck. You can walk your feet out, in, or you can jump in and out. In 3, in 2, in 1. It's out, in, out and in. If you want to walk, you walk, but I need your legs moving. Full body in this plank right here. Out, out, in and in, or out, and in for 10, 9, 8, 7, beautiful, 6 and 5, final 4 and 3, 2 and 1, press back, tiny child's pose for 4, you're in a forearm plank in 3, this is your nice little rest in 2, find your forearm plank for me, find your forearm plank and hold, you're going into hip dips from side to side, pretend there's an imaginary beach ball, you're gonna drop your hips to the right side and then over to the left side, do not rush this, take your time, that last little bit of work firing everything up one more time. You've got this right here, 10 seconds in your hip dips. You're gonna hold center for me. We're gonna rock over our fingertips, press back into our heels. In 3, 2, hold center. You rock forward and then you press back into those heels. You get a tiny break again. Don't worry, tiny break before those last 2 changes. 10 seconds here. Trust your body. 8, 7, you rock forward, you rock back right here for 5, 4 and 3, last 2, press back, 5-second break in that child's pose. You finished, you've got a minute for me. You can do this in 3, back in your forearm plank in 2, and that forearm plank on 1. Finish really strong. Here's what I want from you. I really want you to give me 1 push-up, and then I want you to press back almost like that rocket ship movement we were doing on Tuesday. So here's what we want to do. Hands come underneath of those shoulders. You give me 1 push-up. You press back like you're headed into your child's pose, and then you come right back into it. It's your little bit of a finisher right here. You can do these on your toes, on your knees, but I need you moving. You have about 30 seconds. Burn out your legs, burn out your arms. Let your core help you through it. Yes, really strong. Nice work. In 10 seconds, I want the forearm plank to finish. In 8, give me 2 more push-ups. 7 and 6, you're right there. 5 and 4, final push-up, friends. Find your forearm plank. Here's where you finish. Really, really, really nice work today. Make sure you take that stretch